Hello, so welcome to my official video. This is just going to be talking about how you can sell your home. And that depends on, or does not matter, what location you're in. You can be in Columbus, Pickerington, you can be in California. Honestly, it just really depends on you being a great seller. So here's some things that I've learned or that I've had my sellers do in order to sell their home for top dollar very quickly, and that's in a great market and in a not so fast quick market. So the number one thing that I like to tell everyone is to contact a realtor. You need to know how to price your home properly. You don't want to be one of those people who thinks your home is worth $100 million and come to find out it's barely worth 100,000. You want to make sure that your home is marketed to the correct people for the correct price, so that way you can gain a lot of interest. Number two, you want to make adjustments as needed. When you speak to your realtor, not only should they be going over the numbers, but they should be going over what your home needs. Very rarely do I find a home that's completely perfect. Even if it's a brand new build home, there's normally something that may need to be updated or fixed in there. So I highly recommend listening to what your agent has to say regarding any small repairs that can definitely bring you big bucks. So some of the things that I like to talk about is faucets, doorknobs, if they're loose, if they're missing, if they're dirty, and light bulbs. You do not believe how many people have mismatching light bulbs that really kind of takes away from the greatness of the home. Also, you want to make sure you're planning the day that you're going to be building your home, or sorry, not building your home. Sorry, you can build that home too. The day that you actually are looking to list your home, you want to plan that around any main events. So if you have a birthday coming up or a party, or Christmas is near, you want to make sure that you're planning ahead for that information. So talk to your realtor, see when would a great time be, because again, there are better times throughout the month or throughout the year even to sell your home, and you want to make sure that you're not going to be in a slow time or in a time that's just not really a good time to sell. Next, I would definitely say when you list your home, the weekend that you plan to list your home, plan to be away from your home. I've had sellers who come and stayed at my house while they had back-to-back showings because their homes were very popular. So in order for, if that has to happen, you have to plan ahead. So actually, this happened to me earlier this year with two of my clients who had to sell. One didn't have any other family, and it was a weekend, so they just came and hung out at our house, and we absolutely loved it. Another one, they had a huge family. Everybody was working from home and doing school from home, so they came, hung out at our house, and we had a great time. I highly recommend just planning to be away for the entire weekend, especially if there's like open houses, back-to-back showings, and things like that. Also, having an agent will tell you the strategic way to market your property so that way you get the most bang for your buck when you're actually when you list, so that way as many people come through the door at the very beginning, because we know that those first 24 to 48 hours on market are the most important, and the first time that it's actually able to be seen and walked through, we want to get as many people in there so we know for a fact that your house is going to sell quickly. If it doesn't get the right traction or it's not getting a lot of people in, definitely talk to your agent about why, and maybe we need to revisit, or maybe you would need to revisit the pricing. Next is just being reasonable with repairs. No house is perfect. And you live there, you know what's going on. You know that the toilet doesn't flush properly, or the sink doesn't have the right pressure. If there are any major repairs, especially leaks, I definitely say get those completed. I've had sellers who've only gotten a list of one or two things, but they've went ahead and fixed everything on the list because they just understand that you want to be nice to people and you don't want to give them a broken house, because you wouldn't want to receive a broken house. Let's see, open and honest. Okay, so this definitely goes about repairs. You know that there was a leak in your roof, okay? You need to tell everyone that. Do not try to conceal the fact. Especially if it leaked into your ceiling, there's going to be a discoloration in your ceiling. People are going to notice that first. If there is a discoloration, or if you tried to fix it and just paint over it, unless you painted the entire ceiling, then the paint that you've added plus the paint that you've added is going to be discolored from the paint that's been on the ceiling for a long time. So just kind of think about that, and just let us know, hey, there was a leak in the tub from my kids, overflowing it. It wasn't an issue. We looked into it further. We repaired the ceiling and any drywall damage. And then we resealed around the bathtub. So you want to be very specific, open, and honest when you are selling your home. I know some people will say, if you see it, blah, blah, blah. I like to tell you, you want to make sure that you are giving the most information, so that way you aren't dealing with any lawsuits down the line, because that does happen and we don't want to have to deal with that. Next, treat people the way you want to be treated. If someone wants to come into your house, if you're in contract, especially if you're in contract, I get it. No one wants to keep showing your house over and over and over again. I know I personally hated having to keep my house spick and span throughout the process because I have 2 small little ones. I had a dog, husband, I had a job. So it was really difficult to deal with short requests. Like if someone, especially if they were in contract, wanted to come in and look at the house, show their kids, show their aunt or grandma or whoever it is, but just be very nice and kind and just allow them to come through. It's unfortunate. Sometimes it does bite you in the butt, I won't lie. And so make sure that you are speaking with your agent to make sure that you are covered on all grounds. Because I actually did have a situation where a buyer was trying to bring in an inspector after they had waived the inspection. So definitely speak to your agent, make sure they're figuring out what their client is actually doing, and then allow that to come through, because you want, again, if that were you, that you were on the other foot, you would want to have that information or have access to that house that you were looking to pay money for. Make repairs prior to closing. Once you actually get the repair request and you go out and you realize that it's going to cost you $1,000 to make these repairs, don't hesitate. Go ahead and schedule someone to come out, get them out, get the repairs done, and go from there. Do not wait until the last minute, because when the buyers have a walkthrough, they'll be able to see that you haven't completed the repairs, and then they may not want to continue on closing. I know as an agent, buyer's agent and seller's agent, first I would tell my seller, hey, you need to make sure you get these repairs completed by X date, or we would have to pay the contractor out of the proceeds and make sure that the buyer schedules the contractor. That is possible, but I would tell my buyers, if things were not repaired, not to sign their documents. Allow for staging. So staging is a big must, and also decluttering. So those are your next 2 tips. Declutter is going to be first. The very first thing I'm going to tell you to do as a seller's agent is to declutter your home. If you can see behind me, I have all of this stuff on my shelf and on my bookcase. I would tell you to get rid of those things. Pack it away as if you are leaving. As you're moving, you're going to be moving in the next 30 days. You might as well get a jump start on it anyways. So declutter. And when you are decluttering, you make sure you want to depersonalize. So take down any names, any picture frames, anything to that effect, because people do actually look to see who you are in your home. Hey, do I know this person? Do I not like this person? Was this person mean to me in the line? They think about all of these things overall. So it's very important for you to depersonalize your home. You want it to look like they're coming into a blank slate. Also, it's easier for people to visualize themselves in a home if they are not looking at your pictures and your clutter and your junk. Again, so when I say staging, there are some major staging tips that actually make your house feel more inviting and not gross. So one of the things that I like for staging is your bathroom, and making sure that you have pretty much white everywhere, because white makes it brighter, it makes it look nicer. especially if it's a brand new, fresh, very inexpensive white shower curtain. It's very great. Then you want to remove all of your toothbrushes and all of your body scrubs and washcloths. You want to get that out of the way, especially in pictures and for the showing. No one wants to look into a shower and see that. A big one that nobody really thinks about until, well, I think about because I'm an agent, is you want to make sure that you are removing any, in addition to depersonalizing, you want to remove any religious artifacts, and you want to remove any pet related items. The truth is that there are a lot of different religions out there, and some people are pretty much pro their religion. So if you have anything that does not align with that, they may not want to offer on your home. And our goal is to get as many people offering on your home to make you the most money. And then with pets, so there are dog people, pet people, snake people, all that stuff. So if you come in and I'm seeing a bunch of snake stuff, I am terrified, petrified of snakes. I love snake skin, but I'm petrified of snakes. So I would not want to offer on a home that had a bunch of snakes everywhere. I'm also extremely allergic to cats. So when I see cat and I smell cat, I'm immediately turned off. So you have to be very aware of what someone or how someone's going to perceive your home. Yes, it may be clean to you, but is it clean, clean, clean? Like, is it like hotel clean? Like you're going in and I could sit on the bed and I can touch things and I'm not going to walk away feeling gross and grimy and dirty. So, clean your baseboards. Hire a cleaner if you really need to. I know a while ago, and this may be something that I start doing for every one of my listings, I actually went ahead and hired a cleaner to come in prior to pictures and prior to the open house. That allowed the seller not to worry about the cleaning process, because I know it takes a lot to deep clean a home. They were able to focus on decluttering and starting to pack up. And then when the day came, it allowed their house to look as prestigious and as gorgeous as we all know it could be. And also, my clean is not your clean. So having an actual professional cleaner come in and clean the house from top to bottom made my clients' lives like 100 times easier. So if that opportunity is not available for you, I definitely recommend it with moving forward. Have someone come in and clean it. Have someone come in and pack up if you hate packing up, or if you can't pack up. Do a packing party with your friends. Whatever it is you need to do to get your house ready for sale, I highly recommend it. Another one. I don't even know what number we are on. I think I started at the beginning at 1, but here we are probably at 11, 12, 13. I don't know. Leave your home, or plan to leave your home during all showings. And if you can hear my son in the background, my bad, guys, but I do have kids. But leave during showings and take your pets with you. I've had some really funny situations where I've gotten kind of barricaded in the basement by those cats I told you I was allergic to. I wouldn't want that for you, because that really turns someone off from a home. So I highly recommend you going ahead, planning to leave the house, taking your pets with you, and making sure that things are tip top before you leave. And then just, being honest again. I like to say that over and over again because it does create issues if you're not. So be honest. If there have been repairs that you've done, let us know. Hey, great. This was an issue. This was completed. This is the updates I've done. I'll actually include all of that in my description when I list your home, because people like to know, hey, that furnace was old and rickety and I replaced it in 2020. Great, fantastic, thank you. That means that's brand new and I'm not going to have to replace it. As a buyer, it's really important. So, Mr. Seller, make sure you're giving us that information up front. So I hope that has been very beneficial for you guys, how to sell your home. If you have any questions or concerns, anything that I've spoke about that you're not sure about, or if you just really want to dive in a little bit more, please let me know. Like, subscribe, ask questions, comment, whatever you want. I'm more than happy to assist you. And also, if you're looking to sell a home in the Central Ohio area, please do not hesitate to give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you. Thanks.